Mic check, mic check. 10-9-8. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. 10-9-8.
Check, check, check. You tell me. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
All right, all right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Come on, get in the shot. All of you. I know I look the best, but this is about all of the work that you all do every day. Good afternoon. It is great to be here, especially in Park Heights.
Yeah.
As we celebrate further and deeper accomplishments of Safe Streets. We are honored to be here today with Director Mavronis from MONSE, Adam Rosenberg, Executive Director of LifeBridge Health Center for Hope. I want to say again, thank you to LifeBridge for going and leaning all the way into this work to cure violence in Baltimore City. Even when they get pressure from outside forces who don't understand what we're trying to do and have no clue about what's happening when you're trying to save lives in the city of Baltimore. Thank you, LifeBridge, for ignoring the noise and not just doubling, but tripling down on the work to cure violence in Baltimore. I want to recognize Tawana Taylor, representing Councilman Conway's office, Ms. Maxine and Ms. Joyce with Councilman Scheifler's office, who have known me all of my life. Ms. Harris with Delegate Ruff's office. I know that Ty from Councilman Middleton's office is going to be here. But most importantly, our Safe Streets Belvedere, Franklin Square, and Park Heights family, good afternoon. Today is a great day because we're celebrating not just one, not two, but 3 Safe Street sites who achieved over 365 days without a homicide in their catchment zones. And having grown up right here in Park Heights and seeing the obstacles that this community faced and overcome during my lifetime, we know that today is critical, important, but also it's personal for me. Very, very personal, because I remember a time when we felt like we didn't go 2 days without someone getting shot, let alone 365 days. We have our Belvedere and Park Heights sites who have gone 436 and 404 days respectively and counting without a homicide in their zones. As well as our Franklin Square site, welcome to Park Heights, Franklin Square, who had 373 days without a homicide from June 26 to July 3rd, 2024, June 26, 2023. And even though they had an incident break their streak, they immediately mobilized to stabilize the community and prevent further violence, demonstrating the valuable work that our Safe Street staff do across the city. These achievements are a testament to the work that the Safe Streets family does each and every day to build the relationships with and in the communities they serve and leverage those connections to intervene in conflicts and prevent them from escalating into acts of violence. For those who may ask me those questions all the time, Safe Streets is not an office job. It's a community job. And they're going to be in the community, building relationships, talking with the people in order to prevent violence, not sitting behind a desk pushing papers. And no matter how many people try to undermine this work, we know its values, and as I always say, women lie, men lie, numbers do not. And as of this morning, homicides across Baltimore are down 29.3%, and non-fatal shootings are down 36.5% this year. That, of course, is on top of the historical reduction of 20% that we did last year. But make no mistake, this work makes a difference as we are on the hunt to zero, because none of us will be ultimately satisfied until there is nobody losing their life in Baltimore. This work is about the people, Baltimoreans who live and care about the communities where they work, Safe Street staff who have dedicated their lives to the mission of building safer communities and even put themselves in harm's way to do this work. The progress that we've made as a city as approaching public safety the right way, treating it as the public health epidemic it is, and we all know it to be. We would not have been possible without Safe Streets. And all of our community violence intervention partners, all of you raise your hands today. I know we have Roka in the building, EB, I see you in the back. Everybody that does this work across the city of Baltimore, thank you, because the work saves lives. To our staff, know that I have your back. You know that I don't care how much they yell and scream and say that I don't know what I'm doing, and I say, well, the numbers say something different, and how much they don't believe in your work. I believe in you and in the work, and that there's nothing that they can do about it because they got me for at least another 4 years. Yeah. No false narratives, nothing they're going to do is going to push it. So understand and know that Safe Streets is here to stay. Thank you for everything you do. And to our Belvedere, Park Heights, and Franklin Square teams, congratulations on your achievements. We know that there's more work to do. Together with MONSE, Catholic Charities, the Center for Hope, all of our partners, we will continue to pour our hearts and minds into strengthening this program and supporting our frontline staff. You have my word. But before I turn it over to Director Mavronis, in recognition of these milestones, I have a couple citations to present. So let me pull them out. And anybody knows me, I hate actually doing citations, but this is one that I'll actually enjoy giving out. All right. This one is for, and I'll just read one. Actually, I'll read all three. They say a little bit different. This is a certificate of recognition. On behalf of the citizens of Baltimore, I am pleased to present this certificate to Safe Streets Franklin Square in recognition of your efforts to mediate conflicts, promote nonviolence, and connect teenagers and young adults with the resources they need. Thanks to your work, the Franklin Square community went 365 days without a homicide. On behalf of the people of Baltimore, I commend your team for an outstanding job reducing violence in Franklin Square. Congratulations and thank you very much. All right, next, this certificate of recognition is, on behalf of the citizens of Baltimore, I am pleased to present this certificate to Safe Streets Park Heights. In recognition of your efforts to mediate conflicts, promote nonviolence, and connect teenagers and young adults with resources they need, thanks to your work, Park Heights has gone 365 days without a homicide. On behalf of the people of Baltimore and Park Heights, I commend your team for an outstanding job reducing violence. Congratulations. And last but certainly not least, especially where we're standing, this is a certificate of recognition. On behalf of the citizens of Baltimore, I'm pleased to present this certificate to Safe Streets Belvedere. In recognition of your efforts to mediate conflicts, promote nonviolence, and connect teenagers and young adults with resources and the services they need, thanks to your work, the Belvedere community has gone 365 days without a homicide. On behalf of the people of Baltimore, I commend you for your outstanding job reducing violence. Congratulations. Yeah. All right. And now I think I am turning it over to you, Director Mavronis. We'll turn it over to MONSE Director Mavronis. Ma'am.
Thank you, Mayor Scott. I'm Stefanie Mavronis. I am privileged to serve as Director of MONSE, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. Thank you all so much for being here. It is amazing to see this turnout today. MONSE, along with our site administrators, Catholic Charities, and LifeBridge Center for Hope, oversee the Safe Streets Baltimore program. First, I want to acknowledge the site directors from the 3 sites who have joined us today for this celebration. Our gracious host, Emmanuel Tarrant Bay, who leads the Belvedere site. Yeah. JJ Hughes, who is the site director for Park Heights. And Mia Davis, who's the site director at Franklin Square. Truly, thank you for your leadership and congratulations to all 3 sites for achieving these milestones. Our Safe Streets sites are strategically located in areas with disproportionately high rates of gun violence. So the work that goes into having over a year without a homicide in these 3 catchment zones cannot be understated. It's not a coincidence. Let's talk about the work. From engaging their communities to conducting mediations, Safe Streets staff show up for Baltimore and work to build safer communities every single day. This work is a critical component of the mayor's all-hands-on-deck approach and one significant part of how Baltimore has been able to make the reductions in homicides and non-fatal shootings that the mayor mentioned earlier. And as of the end of August, our Safe Streets teams have mediated over 946 potentially violent conflicts across the city of Baltimore. That deserves some applause. These accomplishments confirm findings from the evaluation done by Dr. Daniel Webster at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, that the program works and it pays dividends. It's not just about the numbers. This work saves lives, and together we're demonstrating the immense value of treating violence as a public health issue. We know for every $1 invested in this program, Dr. Webster's evaluation found a $7 to $19 social and economic benefit from the work that Safe Streets does. And so again, this program is paying dividends and saving lives. For anyone who wants to learn more about the program's impacts, I invite you to visit the Reports and Resources page on MONSE's website. We have quarterly and annual reports. You can see mediations, violent crime per district, community events. And while there's certainly more work that needs to be done, let us take this time to celebrate these impressive accomplishments made possible by the relationships and credibility that our staff have in the communities they serve. We know that investing in Safe Streets and supporting staff is the right thing to do, and as the mayor said, we are committed to this work and will continue to invest in and strengthen Safe Streets. Thank you. And with that, I will turn it over to our site administrator partner for Belvedere, Park Heights, and Franklin Square, Adam Rosenberg, Executive Director of LifeBridge Health Center for Hope. Adam?
Thank you. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. This is a great day to be out here, isn't it? I'm Adam Rosenberg, Executive Director of our Center for Hope and the Vice President of Violence Intervention and Prevention at LifeBridge Health. Today we do gather to celebrate this extraordinary milestone of 3 of our Safe Street sites having gone a full year without a homicide, and these 2 Park Heights community sites that neighbor our Sinai Hospital right down the street without a homicide for over 400 days. That is incredible. This is really a shining example of what we can accomplish when we come together as a community, united in our commitment to safety and well-being. Our communities do a community health assessment every couple years, and our 2024 community health assessment indicated that the #1 health concern of our communities was gun violence and neighborhood safety. Above all other concerns there, gun violence was #1. Gun violence remains the leading cause of America here. And the trauma caused by gun violence and experienced by individuals and communities is immeasurable, and that's why we're in this work. At LifeBridge Health, we care bravely, and these efforts to end violence in Baltimore is critical in this response to a public health crisis. This is our community and our backyard at Sinai Hospital, and we're invested in keeping it healthy and safe. I'm so proud of everyone I get to work with at LifeBridge who's contributed to this milestone. Our Safe Streets workers, our hospital violence interrupters, our trauma counselors, our mental health professionals at the Center for Hope have all played crucial roles, and that success reflects the comprehensive and collective efforts of our entire health system leaning into this. This comprehensive approach to violence goes beyond the Safe Streets teams. In fact, we are the only health system in America who employs, as part of the same team, community violence interrupters like Safe Streets, hospital violence responders at Sinai and Grace, and care management professionals within our Center for Hope. And as a result, we're seeing remarkable progress. And throughout our health system, since 2020, we have seen a 42% reduction in gunshot wounds treated at Sinai Hospital. 42%. That is an extraordinary drop in number of people who come in there. Thank you, Jamie, and your team who respond to that on a regular basis. Each success is valuable on its own, but together they significantly impact communities like ours. And in the coming months, you'll continue to see LifeBridge Health's commitment to preventing gun violence and promoting safeties throughout all of our communities, from Franklin Square in West Baltimore to Carroll Hospital in Westminster. Our partnership with you, Mayor Scott, and MONSE, our partners in government and Catholic charities. I see our friends from ROCA here. I see friends from We Are Us here. I see people from MedStar Health. I mean, we're all in this together there with our community organizations who highlight this unwavering commitment to prevent gun violence and from tearing apart our neighborhoods and adversely impacting childhoods. These are proven strategies that support victims and their families and interrupt violence. Together, we're making a difference, and I urge each of you out here in our community to join us in this vital mission. And let's work together to create a future free from violence. A future free from violence. That deserves something, right? I also want to note, as people have mentioned to me, Taylor Smith from City Council President Mosby's office is here. Thank you for being here. And I have to mention Martha Nathanson, who, without your decade-long efforts, this site would not be here today, and these efforts wouldn't be working. You're working with Delegate Sandy Rosenberg, but thank you so much for making this happen here, Martha. Thank you, Mayor Scott, for entrusting us with the management of these sites, and everyone in your office for partnering with us on safe streets and all of this violence interruption work. And I definitely want to acknowledge our Center for Hope team for their continued and unwavering commitment to this. In closing, at the Jill Fox Center for Hope, which I invite you to come see, we're just a half-mile down the road where much of this follow-up treatment takes place. There's a large quote on the entry walls that I get to see every day when I come to work. It's from Amanda Gorman, and it states, "There is always light, if we're only brave enough to see it, if we're only brave enough to be it." Please, together, let's all be that light for this community here. Thank you all very much. And with that, I want to turn it over to